Hello and welcome to episode 9 of Stitch and Stash. We're a Northern BC podcast coming to you from Prince George, British Columbia, Canada. I'm Sarah.
And I am Lisa.
And that was a little bit of a rough go.
You know what? It happens.
It's been a while. How long has it been?
So I looked back today and it said 1 month, but I think that it just means until it's 2 months. It's 1 month. February 10th, we did our hashtag and it said February 10th until March 31st. So I'm thinking it's pretty close to 2 months.
Stuff happened. There's this little thing called life and it just went like an exhausting roller coaster, and I feel like I'm kind of shooting out the other side now, and maybe life will get normal. Well, I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Even knitting took a back seat sometimes for me. Do you too?
I quit. I hung up my needles. I was like, nothing I have done in the last 2 months has really worked out. I did those socks in Mexico. I finished those up and gifted them. But of course they at first had to be gigantic. Right? So then I fixed that. Made the other one.
It was one that was gigantic.
One that was gigantic. Right. And then I ripped it back, made them the same, and gifted them. So that happened. That was fine. That was not disastrous. Good. I did finish some successful objects while we were in Vegas, but we were in Vegas in February. And for all of March, everything I cast on was garbage. Garbage.
There's more to it than that.
I tried to make a vest and I had a cold. And so I sneezed with the slippery yarn on my needles and I went, and then it ran back. And there was no saving it. It was that drop sky. So fluffy. I tried to do a lifeline for myself and then run it back to the lifeline, and then beyond the lifeline it was running back. And finally, I just hucked the whole project across the room. My husband's like, not going well?
Can I give you some tea?
And I'm like, no, it's not going well. Thanks for noticing. And so I ripped it out and I thought, okay, I'm going to do, I bought the, what is it? It's a cardigan that Tracie Millar always knits, the Cozy Classic Raglan. Okay. So I bought that pattern. It's a little bit expensive, but it's like a whole tutorial how to do a raglan sweater. Like if you've never knit one, it's like a book on like how to make it fit properly.
It's customizable, that one, isn't it? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start this. I'm gonna use this coral drops that we bought when we were buying this yarn to finish your sweater.
Oh yeah, this.
Yeah.
Yes.
To finish your sweater.
That I didn't need. I didn't need it.
No.
But anyways.
So then I got this yarn that now I'm cursing. And so I started that. And then the way you pick up your raglan sleeve things, somehow I just didn't like the look of how one side was going over the other side. So I thought, okay, well, I'm just gonna pull it back a bit and make it look better. And so that went back into a ball and it's sitting beside me now. And I just I have too much yarn to do like a hat. And I have not enough yarn to do like a sweater for myself. And I feel like I might need to smudge it or something.
Yeah.
It might need to some time out to think about its actions.
See, if you had more than one project on the go at once,
then it would be fine.
You could take a break and go work on the sock.
Right.
And then come back to the raglan when you...
Well, so that's the thing. I thought, okay, I'm also doing some courses at work that there's a lot of, they're video heavy. So, I swear I have ADHD. So if there's nothing happening, like if the video's on, I'm like doodling or like I'm trying to pay attention, but then I'm like, oh, an email will come in and I'll respond to that while I'm watching the videos. So I thought, right, if I cast on a sock and just go round and round and round and round while I'm watching the videos, easy.
Yeah.
Until it was a 4-needle sock pattern that I cast onto 3 needles.
So it was
and didn't do the
small.
math to go, wait a second, I don't have 46 stitches. I have 32 or whatever. And because I was like, how's this going to fit anyone? So that also went into a ball. I gave up. Quit.
Shame.
Wound that yarn back up. And then I ended up knitting Tracie Millar Parkview hat. It's like a palette cleanser. It was like sniffing the coffee beans after disaster after disaster.
And
it turned out ish.
Okay.
I ran out of the red mohair. And then the yarn shop didn't have more red mohair. So I improvised, and I'm just going to buy a giant pom-pom and stick it on the top, and it'll be fine.
it's totally fine. No one's gonna know.
Whatever. It was more about like the process than the project, if that makes sense.
100%.
I needed something to be successful. I felt like every idea I had, it was like, bam, garbage.
No.
Right?
And that's not what knitting should be.
No, and then I was in a little bit of a slump, and I was kind of grumpy. The stitch stash was irritating me. I'm like,
There's pressure.
well, I have some beautiful yarn. I should be able to go down there and be like, I'm going to create.
I'm inspired by this.
But I wasn't. Instead, when I was at Walmart buying groceries, I was like, check out this cheap yarn. I could do a blanket with. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? Like, what is wrong with me?
I get it. And then allergies make it so I can't see without pain. So even if you are inspired, you can't see it and you just don't want to.
No. Well, and it's funny because of all the flights that we took and all the things, I didn't get any illness. Like I came back to work perfectly fine. About 2 weeks ago, Mike got a sniffle. And I'm like, here we go. For sure it's COVID. And it wasn't. So, I don't know. Now it's like allergies, sinuses, pressure. And then yesterday night, I was sitting in my chair. I ended up having to go get some groceries later at night. And I'd been rubbing my eyes. My son didn't tell me why we were at Walmart getting groceries. I have like mascara all the way down. I'm in my pajamas with like, I'm gonna be on that scene at Walmart.
But at least you're at Walmart.
Right, I look like a wrestler.
You're at home.
I had like the black makeup in there. I just needed like a really tight tank top and I would have been good.
That's right. Skin colored.
Skin color. With like the warrior or something on it.
Yeah.
The knitter.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Right?
Yeah. Hey, so speaking of stitched stash, we had a hashtag last episode, Stitched Stash 2023, and the mission was to knit from our stash, right?
And you could like add to your stash too. If you didn't quite have enough like for your color work or something, you could add to it.
We weren't discriminating.
No.
Pardon me. So one person shared a photo.
I don't think we're big enough for these giveaways yet.
I don't think so. So Redhead Ready to Explore. Nikki, guess what? You won.
I'll be bringing you a prize. Bring it on Monday.
Yeah.
So again, I think we have 84 subscribers.
You
so
know, it's 84 than my personal account has.
It's what?
84 more than I have personally.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're entertaining if nothing else.
It's true.
So tell your friends, like and subscribe. Leave us a comment. Tell us where you are.
We love the comments. We do.
I like the ones too where they're telling us like what city they come from and like what they're knitting on, those kinds of things. It's very interactive.
Absolutely.
Give me some ideas on projects that are going to be successful for the next little bit. I need something not challenging because what I was working on wasn't challenging. It was just
a confidence builder.
Yeah. You know, I don't want to do anything like Farrah or Intarsia right now or, you know.
I think Trevor lost one of his mitts.
What?
He's going through his truck. He's like, there's only one of these mitts. You know the ones with a goofy thumb?
Right.
One. He's got one warm hand.
Well, we're going to have to chop off his other hand.
Because he only wants one warm hand. So if you find one on the ground, anybody, and it's got a Patronus deer, let me know.
Well, it's spring. It should be fine.
We'll find it.
There's nothing like the smell of spring.
Rotting grass and dog poop.
Yeah, it's a special odor.
It is. And we're lucky that we don't work in schools.
Oh my God.
Because it's inside and outside.
Yeah, it's on the children.
It's the children.
I remember picking my kids up from school. I'm like, you guys smell like poop.
Yeah.
I'm like, what did you do? Rather than be like, I ran through the mat puddle and then I rolled in the grass. I'm like, well,
obvious.
You stink. So we're going to go home and fix that situation.
Oh,
so
it's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
So what have you been up to?
Work has been very busy, which is good. I love my job.
It's a good problem to have.
It's a good problem. I've been trying to knit, and as I look at my pile of finished objects, it feels like I've done really well until I remember it's been 2 months.
Well, she had to bring the content because I was crapping the bed over here. I was trying. I could have brought you guys things that you could have laughed at, but...
I like laughing.
Well,
yeah.
We're working on a bathroom renovation right now as well, because when we came home from, was it Mexico?
No, it was Vegas. Was it Mexico?
I think it was Mexico.
Okay.
Mike got up for work one morning to have a shower, and we had like we have an old 1970s house.
Second.
Oh yeah, have a drink. This is a good one.
Okay.
So we have an old, we have an old
Okay.
1970s house, and so Mike got up one morning to have a shower, and for the longest time, the little faucet that comes out of the wall that fills up your bathtub, the little plug, I don't know what that's called. It's like a divider, I guess, so that it doesn't come out the tub, it goes out the shower, was like sticking. And then every once in a while, you had to give it an almighty bang to make it work. So he did that, and then he had the faucet in his hand.
Was there a pipe sticking out?
No.
Of the wall?
No, it was attached to the faucet.
Oh, that's bad.
Well, no, because there was no water coming through there. Like, there was no water. It would have been bad if water was spewing.
So he had it turned off while he...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, oh my gosh. That could have been so much worse now that I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
So, we already had that kitchen leak.
Yes.
So they tore out the bathroom flooring to deal with the kitchen leak a year ago. So we had a plywood floor in the bathroom for the longest time, and we were sorting out what we wanted to do. We knew we had to do this bathroom reno, but we were just kind of trying to like, A, we didn't know what we wanted to do. B, we knew it was going to be a lot of money. And C, we didn't have the time. So like before the faucet was in his hands, we were just getting by. So then it became more urgent. So now we have a contractor in our bathroom who, I mean, my bathtub is beautiful. It's got like a nice surround.
Oh, with that, I haven't seen that yet.
And it's a peanut shape, and it's whatever. But everything you go to do is super expensive. And my husband, I love you, Mikey, wanted a bidet. So,
I hope you swallow your coffee or tea.
So if I'm walking funny next time you see me, the pressure wasn't right. I don't know. We're already in this deep. It's like, okay, I just really hope he likes it.
I do too.
Right? And like the thing is you need power to run that bidet. Well, most people don't have power behind their toilet, so you had to run power there. And then it's like, now the new thing's the light up mirror. So I'm like, well, why are the things ripped apart? We'll just install the thing behind the mirror so you can have your light up mirror. Well, my husband didn't really think the whole process through. Then he's like, well, can we just plug it into the outlet over here? And I'm like, that's not gonna look good.
Brand new bathroom
with this cord.
Extension
I'm like,
cord.
You want to just think about that for a minute, what that's going to look like?
Yeah, the face cloth drying, laying over it.
Right? And I'm like, well, we could just run the toilet cord over there too. We were just laughing. Like, it's one of those off-the-cuff comments that you're not really thinking about when you say, right? And so we did get all that done, but it's like anything. Like, there's no middle ground when you start ripping and doing a renovation. You either have the $900 shower unit, or shower like thing, or you have the Home Depot $20 job. There's no like 120.
No.
Like, where's the middle one?
Yeah.
Right? So now, I don't know. And it's going to be lovely.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to have a drop ceiling, Lisa, over the bathtub, over my peanut bathtub, with a big rain head in it.
That'll be nice.
Well, we had to make that adjustment today because otherwise you'd be standing at the shower wall being rained on by this giant rain head, or you'd have to like build the wall out and support the pipe.
Right.
Otherwise you would have like,
yeah.
I don't even know.
So the moonlight is lovely. So you're going to be in a naturally lit room without a window. It's lit from the ceiling.
Yeah, well, we did that a few years ago when we took
lovely.
that window out in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I don't know why people put a window in the shower.
No.
It was all rotten. So that was like part of like when we did our siding originally, like taking that.
It's lovely.
Out.
I recommend it.
Yeah, it is good. But.
So we'll podcast next time from Mike and Sarah's house when
we'll
the renos
podcast
are
from
done.
the bidet.
And I will tell you if the bidet is adequately labeled.
Labeled?
Because there has to be a flush option and a rinse option and all of that. There has to be more than just a basic flush.
I think it glows at night. I don't know. I know it was expensive and I know he's excited, so I hope that it's one of those things that lives up to your expectations, you know?
I'm also going to be standing outside when new people
I'm going to be
flush
standing
it.
outside when you use it.
I'm going to scream.
I'll record it and we'll insert it here.
Yeah, no, we won't do that one. I'm entertained.
Right?
Yes, thank you.
So, anyway.
Knitting podcast.
Right.
So,
we did. I knit something. Successful.
There was something that was knit.
So, I started this after Mexico, and it came with me to Vegas, and I was knitting in the casino. This like little lady approached me, and she's like, I got my knitting too. And so she ran and grabbed hers, and we sat in the casino and knit together. But it's for a lady at work. So I grabbed basically, was it just three? One, two, three.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 balls of rando yarn from downstairs. I think some of it was Sirdar and some of it was just like
it's
a Peyton's baby. It's all DK weight. Please don't tell me you found a drop stitch or something.
No.
Otherwise I'll just huck it out the door and we'll move on.
The Tweety bits are almost glow. They almost shine.
Right?
I love it.
I never would have paired these colors together. Like if I was in a yarn shop, I would have been like, I'm going to do this, 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 and this. But because I was knitting from stash, I just went down and I was like, if it turns out ugly, I'll just donate it or something, right?
This is the one from Going on the Grass.
Right?
Yeah. No, it's lovely. And totally whatever gender.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, the girl at work's having a girl. And so I actually think I may cast on another one. What's covered in Marley hair. Cast on another one for a lady at work who's having her first grandbaby. So I thought, well, it would be nice to just give them that.
Very nice.
So I had one win,
awesome.
For sure.
I have 2 baby things. Finally, somebody had a baby.
Woohoo!
Thank you, Sydney. If you're watching, you're not watching. Be surprised. I knit one of these for my cousin's little one last year, and it was just about a year ago. This is Boy Sweater by Lisa Chemry, I think. Maybe I should have looked. Oh, it's in knitting order. It's a paid for pattern. It's sold to me. Yeah, Lisa Chemry, Boy Sweater. They've got lots of sizes. Highly recommended. I think it goes up to a 5 or something.
It's really cute.
And it starts at 3 months. I did 12 months because baby's going to be 12 months by the time the weather is right for him to wear this.
Yeah.
So it's got this funky almost cable at the bottom and on the sleeves. I think I undid it 10 times.
Yeah.
Between the sleeves and the bottom. But then I put some pretty cute little buttons on it, I think. So I haven't blocked it. I haven't blocked anything yet. But
I know. She sent me a message that says, "Are we going to podcast today? We really should." Because she was trying to decide if she should block or not.
Yeah.
So I was in the middle of picking bathroom fixtures.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
And I said, I got something important to do.
Knitting, snitty. So I bought, I think, 5 balls of this Big Drops Merino for it. And they're 50 gram balls. Right? Yeah, 50 gram balls. And there's 46 left.
46 grams?
Yeah. I started a different ball for the collar because I didn't want it to be a join, right, on something that folds up and down. And I made a good choice. That's a win. And from the other boy sweater, I did it exactly the same color. I have some leftovers for that, so I can do something
Well, because what you could even do too on another one is if you had another color, just do this cable-y bit in another color.
Totally.
Or do your cuffs and collar in a different.
Totally. But this
Look at me with all these ideas.
Look at you.
Can't successfully execute them.
That's okay. You know what? Advice is important. We all need a Sarah. I share mine with you.
That's right.
That's right.
You're lucky.
That's right. Do you have more or should I go get it?
Well, this is my Tracie Millar success. But I ran out of red mohair.
What's the main color?
The main color was a red Knit Picks soft yarn.
Okay.
With a brushed silk by Drops. Or no, brushed alpaca by Drops. And I didn't do the glittery bits in the band. No. Just because I didn't think I was having enough and I didn't want to crack open a new one for it. But I did have enough to do the top, like the whole thing, except for I ran out of the red mohair. But I think with a pom-pom on top, I don't think you're really going to notice that.
No.
And it could look like a design feature.
You could do that color of pom-pom.
Yeah. And I mean, really.
Nice.
And I left this so that I could sew on the tag.
Lovely.
And then it's just like this thing I found that says handmade.
This isn't done. I have my tag from you that I need to put on here.
Right? Do it after it's blocked.
That's right.
Right?
We don't want to do it earlier.
Right? So,
well,
yeah, so
awesome.
That was my palette cleanse that seemed to turn out successful, although I'm not sure why it's wanting to bell here a bit. Well, it's not blocked either, but...
No, once it's blocked, it'll be fine.
I don't feel any emotional connection to it. It just was like I needed a win.
That's right. It's a win.
It's a win.
And red is, I like red and sparkly for certain seasons.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
awesome.
It's good. It's good.
Awesome.
So,
do you remember I had this ball of Malabrigo super fine. I don't know if it's lace. I thought it was 100 years ago, but I don't know if it is. It might just be a very small fingering. But I was making myself a ranunculus. And it
should look good.
It's supposed to have a little bit of positive ease.
Yeah. It's a special ranunculus just for at home.
Trevor. So it's actually for my 5-year-old niece. And I think she's going to be adorable in it.
Oh, she's going to rock that.
Oh yeah, it's going to be beautiful. And her eyes are blue. So look at the fade with bright blue eyes. Oh, it's going to be awesome.
It reminds me of, is it Monet's Starry Nights?
No. Oh,
what's
maybe. It's also Van Gogh-y.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, it's Van Gogh-y. It's not showing up. It's looking more granity. But there's the little flecks of yellow and green in here. Yeah, so ranunculus, that is not for me after all, but it's another ball out of my stash.
And we chatted about gauge swatches and...
You know what? As you'll see with my gramps in a minute,
sometimes
gauge can go both ways.
A wing and a prayer.
There's 3 different gauge ways that gauge can work or not work. Should I do gramps now or do you want to have more?
No, you go ahead.
I was going to start with my other niece, who's not 5. I don't know. She's probably not watching. It's good because it turned out that this is going to be for my nephew, who is Trevor's size. He's
not that anyone knows, because all they know about Trevor is he's got giant caps and a giant head.
And no hair.
And no hair.
So I wanted to make a Midori, but it wasn't going to work because the sizes don't go big enough for him. So I have this perfect mannequin, Trevor, to try on these sweaters. Look at how much knitting I did, everybody. Look at this.
That is great, Lisa.
Look at it. There's buttons on it.
That is great.
And it fits Trevor perfectly. So this is the Grab Sweater by Tin Can Knits. It's using Lion Brand Schitt's Creek because I wanted it to be very wearing friendly and washing friendly because they may or may not have a lot of knitwear. But they know how to...
Right? And I mean, you don't want to have a bolero.
No.
Even for those that have knitwear, things happen.
Yes. So I'm so happy to get this off the needles. And now I have a little tag that Sarah gave me. It says, "This took forever." So I'm going to put that on the sleeve or like here or somewhere on it.
On his forehead.
Yeah. So he can appreciate it fully.
I always like to include a little washing instruction too for the recipient, you know?
Yeah.
Not that people follow it. I don't follow my own advice, but you know.
It's okay. As a baker, as soon as it leaves my bakery, I have no control anymore. So I'd like to say eat now. Like we like to say, hand wash, cold water, lay flat to dry.
Right. If you choose to leave your bread for 6 weeks and then wonder why it's hard, that's on you.
That's right. It's on you.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
One more whip. No, I've got two more.
You got 2 whips?
2 more. Oh, yeah, that's it for finished.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. And I just have 1 whip that I've been... So, again, still... Well, originally, with the drops yarn that... Remember the coral color?
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to... I didn't think I was going to have enough yarn to finish it. So I phoned Top Drawer and I said, "Hey, do you have this pink drop sky?" Not realizing that there was different pinks. So I got 3 bowls of this pink.
Very blushy.
Right?
Very,
So, I could take it back.
Oh, look.
Is that from your mohair?
No, this is from my booze and my coffee.
Oh, she didn't put
Look
booze
at
in my
that.
tea.
You didn't ask. It's my
Dang it.
butter pecan
Ooh.
Wayne Gretzky.
Nice.
Delicious. Anyways, do you want some?
No, I'm good.
Told you.
It's all about being included. Anyway, I could take this back. It's totally the wrong color. But I do have a tan at home, and I do have a brown because I was going to do those fox sweaters by drops.
And you have the chestnut one that I ordered. That color.
Yeah, that one, and I have a creamy color. So I could do. I saw there's like some sweaters with like the Charlie Brown thing on it.
That'd be cute, little chevrons.
Yeah, but the way that everything was hitting the fan, everything I touched was poopy. So I just left this alone for now and thought, you know what?
Yeah.
When I'm ready,
Yeah.
I'll do something with it.
I have more of the chestnut color too if you want. I think I have 2 left because I made a love note out of it.
Yeah.
And it turned out I used the same size. I just did, like Sarah did, just 1 pattern repeat. And it turned out very nice, but it's a little bit stretchy.
The yarn?
The yarn is stretchy. So if you knit normally, it's very
Tight?
snuggly. Yeah. So
Snuggly.
I gave it to my neighbor.
Well, so here's my whip. So my 10-gram mini skeins from Christmas.
Were they 10?
I think so.
It wasn't Christmas. Was it Halloween or Christmas? No,
I had a Halloween and I
Grinchmas.
had a Christmas. Oh, they're 20 grams.
It was
sorry.
Grinchmas.
Yeah. Yes. So I just grabbed, I had rounds, a couple beside me because I was going to use them for the, I'd cast on this red for the socks. And so I was going to use the green for the heels and toes.
Oh.
Right? Just
Yeah.
because it was beside me.
Yeah.
And I thought, let's do that. But then it went to poop. So I was like, you know what? This ball of mohair, and I got these 2, this is 2 20-gram minis so far. And I thought, let's just.
That's 40 grams.
So far.
Wow.
Just about. There's a tiny bit left.
Doesn't go as far as I would expect.
Oh my god, this tiny little chunk of mohair down there, but it's stuck on the floor.
That's cute.
So just knitting this hat. And then if I run out, I'll add this one to the top. But, and then I looked over when all of that was going wrong and Millie was eating my sloth needle covers.
No.
So to treat myself out of my depression, I bought myself some donuts.
Those are cute.
Those are real donuts. So I figured these ones are better, and they're by that Fox and Pine stitch stoppers. But I saw on the interwebs that they have, the same brand has bolo trailers. Little trailers, and I want them. I think.
See, if you had more than one project on the go.
Yeah, but they don't. Tessa doesn't have them yet. I did tell her, and she's gonna order them, but I might need them now. I saw Ginger Snap had them. I might need to do that.
They're so cute.
I mean, I'll still buy them when they come to Top Drawer, but maybe I need more.
Yeah.
Then I'd have to buy yarn so I could save on shipping.
Hey.
No, I'm supposed to knit from stash, and I have a giant bathroom to pay for, so.
It's true.
Anyway.
It's pretty, I like it.
If I had thought about it, I would have faded this color in a little bit better.
But it's not even that much. It almost looks like the brim has little specks of red in it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's more visible on there. Maybe it's the change in the pattern.
It's okay. But you know what? It's just anything with a giant pom-pom on it will be just fine. I just needed some winds, some easy. Not that the pattern's like, I want to say like it's super easy. It's not. It's not easy, but
feel good knitting.
Yeah, I just needed a win.
The omit the swear words knit.
Yeah.
Cool.
I know. And you know, so I'll add this things created equal.
Nice.
It's because I'm green, isn't it? That's kind of cool.
What's that from?
The Grinch.
No, I know, but what's that quote from?
The Grinch says it.
It's because I'm green, isn't it?
Yeah, like it's like they're excluding him out of something. It's like, it's because I'm green, isn't it?
Got it. When he's a kid.
I don't know. Now I gotta watch the Grinch in March to figure out.
But that's okay. When the Grinch was on, it was it was almost a year into the COVID, everyone just do your own thing. And some of his speeches about just doing nothing and just stay by yourself. And I'm like, oh, that's me.
He's onto something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's all I got. That's all I'm working on. I'm going to cast on another one of these Sirdar 3.
The blanket.
Yeah, ripple lace. It came from like a leaflet that I had at home. That was my mom's or something.
Did you use all of that yarn, or can you do the same colors again?
Well, I thought I used it all, and then I went downstairs, and it turns out I've got a couple extra balls that I found that were hidden. So I might kind of change it up a bit. I think I've got more of this white, that boucle white. So.
Lovely. This is the first time I'm including this as a whip, even though I've had it on the go for a long time.
It's nice.
You know, somebody gave me these really nice forms, these blockers. This yarn is, I think I bought it in somebody's sale stuff. It's, where's the brand, Sarah?
Perfect.
Oh, it's Loops and Threads, Perfect Pair. Right there.
Yeah.
And I'm making the pattern on the back. This is much tighter. I've already made a sock out of this ball, and it wasn't much smaller or much larger. Anyways,
it's got a little stretch to it, doesn't it?
It does have stretch to it. I thought the socks would be tight, but they're quite loose. But it's funny because when I'm reading it, it says...
How do you read that?
This
is like so tiny.
Who knits? Generally.
Old people.
Old people. Like, is it because they've already got glasses? I'm not going there until I have to. But it says, for women's shoe sizes from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, cast on the same number of stitches for all of them. I realize that now because I've knit a whole lot in like the 4 years since I started this. Look how small. And it's light gray. So anyways, I'm proud of myself.
I wouldn't be able to do that.
They're very light and soft and squishy. Like they're not squishy. It's like wearing air.
Well, that's cool.
It's very small. It's a good knit while you're zooming.
Right?
Yeah.
As long as you don't have to read the pattern.
Well, as long as I'm on the part where I don't have to read
Can
the
you
pattern.
take that picture with your phone and like zoom in?
Oh, that's a good idea. But then my phone falls asleep and it's not that bad. It's just socks anyways.
No, I wonder if you could print it off on the...
Oh, look at you go.
No, I like legit can't see unless it's like...
It's mean. And then if you're tired or if you're not in bright light...
I used to have great vision before I worked on computers all the time. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the computers.
And I'm aging. I'm not doing it very gracefully.
No. Well, I've got a couple friends who are like 5 years younger than me.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at my phone. And it used to be like this, right? And now I'm looking at it like this and I have to tilt my head back just right sometimes.
Right. And I have it enlarged.
Yeah.
And at the brightest setting.
Yes, and they're laughing. And they're saying, do you want me to hold that for you? And I feel like, oh, I said that to my mom a long time ago.
I know. But it's like legit I do.
Yeah.
If you could just
It's true.
hold this a little farther away from me, I could see it probably.
Yeah.
Well, like that.
Do you remember when it was last August, wasn't it? When I had this idea. I finished a flax for my mom. And I finished my very first sweater, the sea glass.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked the 1-in-1 color work. So I thought, well, what if I make a flax? So flax light because the yarn I chose. And I did the 1-in-1, but I chose yarn that changed colors for me so I didn't have to tie knots.
Mm-hmm. Because you were worried about all those ends.
I was. So, and it's a flax light. This is a fingering instead of DK that I did with the sea glass. So it's coming, and if I wear it backwards, it'll be a different color than if I wear it frontwards.
Mm-hmm. It's really nice.
It's turning out pretty good, but it is. I remember when I was making my tank top out of fingering, I thought to myself, why? Who said that I should make a sweater or a garment out of fingering?
Yeah, but
and I'm doing it again.
The lightness of it.
This is going to be wear any time of the year. It's kind of fun, and I just set up my yarn so that it I take one front. It's my turn. Take from one side one time and take from the other side the other time. So it's not complicated.
Mm-hmm.
The raglan requires some math a little bit, so I kind of need to pay attention because every row changes. Because you want the lighter color into a color. But yeah, it's working pretty nice.
Oh, it's really nice, Lisa.
So maybe I'll finish it
next year.
Maybe.
Time.
Maybe.
Well, look at you got that grants done.
I know. I started in August. That's not horrible.
Well, that was a lot of knitting, and you kind of lost steam a little bit on it, and you made some Christmas gifts in the meantime.
Yeah, that's right.
And a love note and
2 love notes.
Yeah.
And a couple of boy sweaters. Yeah, I've been knitting.
And success.
Yes.
Successfully.
Wearable stuff. Thank you. I stored this in this when I was knitting it, and now it is also made of mohair. I thought it was cat hair at first. I was a little bit, but it's mohair.
It's fluffy and green.
It's good. This is made by a local
Did you
project bag maker. Yeah, I made it. Remember when I was like last yarn show, I was going to try to teach myself how to brioche. Baroque, no. Brioche.
Yeah, I am brioche.
I am brioche. So I am going to make this Twisted Sisters towel by Cozy Up Knits.
Oh yeah, and I think their patterns are on sale right now.
Yes, they are. Is it all of them?
I think so.
Not just
they're doing
cotton?
that cotton cowl because I think they said that like pretty much any pattern could be made out of cotton. So I think they just put the whole shop on.
Yeah.
So
we I planned this when we went to the yarn festival that we had in town here, and Tara from the Yarn Habit was here. So I actually am using the yarn that is recommended for this cowl, which is a that Yarn Habit's tweed. Not sure I love the tweed. Like, I like the yarn. It feels very nice.
The little nips in it, you know?
But it makes me want to pick them off. And we'll see what it's like when it's done. It hides mistakes very nicely.
When do you get to the brioche part?
Next, so I got to the point where, okay, start the brioche. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start the brioche. It's the middle of March. Mohair. It's the middle of March, and there's a baby due in April. Okay, I'll learn brioche later, and I'll start a boy sweater. And then, that was a Sunday, and the Monday, baby was born.
Good job.
Yes.
Or you brought on labor.
Baby's healthy. He looks awesome.
You didn't bring it on too soon.
No, he's not too soon.
There you go.
That's good. So I'm looking forward to starting the brioche, because that's kind of what's next. Nice. Yeah. I'll let you know next podcast.
So like this goes over your head?
No, it's a tube that goes all the way around, and I think there's a twist in it or something. So that's why it's called Twisted Sister.
Gotcha.
I think.
Yeah.
I'm following the directions.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be super cozy.
Nice. That'll be good.
And we'll see how brioche goes.
You can do it.
I can do it.
How bad can it be?
Yeah, that's right.
Don't sneeze and like lose half your stitches.
It's not slippery. I'm using wood.
Make sure that you've read the pattern, how many needles you should have.
That's true. Yeah. And I actually, now that you say that, I'm going to put in a lifeline.
I think actually what made me so mad is that it didn't have to go so south. I was going swimmingly along on that vest. I was doing really well until that happened, and then there was just no saving it, and then I just could not bring myself back to casting it back on. I was mad.
I get it.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's totally fine.
I'll go home and I'll look at my stash and figure out the next project after this hat, because I'm almost...
Yeah, you're going to be finished like tonight.
I know, and I'm going to have 4 hours of card knitting tomorrow, and on Sunday 4 hours of card knitting. So I need to get a plan.
Like now.
Right. So it's okay. I'm on it.
Can you just...
How bad can it be?
That's right. I'd offer you up one of my projects to do, but...
yeah, let me do your brioche project.
I'll just do it. And then the flax light, I'll just do
it.
You
can trust me.
No, it's okay. I got
it.
You
can trust me.
Does anyone else do a, tell me what this is.
Provisional?
A provisional cast on with a yarn that is so horribly clashing?
I don't have that color, but...
Every time I cast on a provisional, I use something. I like it to not have any kind of... furry. I wanted to hold together so I could pull it out, and it works.
Yeah.
And I want it to be obvious so I can see where the stitches are. I can actually find the spot where it's clear.
Because I got old eyes now.
That's right. And then so I can do it. And I choose the best color combos.
You did.
Yes.
You did. And now I want to see what else you made out of that yellow. Did you ever knit a project out of it?
I remember one time I was doing a temperature blanket.
Oh,
what
temperature was that?
That was on the warm side, and I ended in March.
And she had a cozy.
You know what though? If I had finished it, it would have been 15 feet long. Thank goodness.
What, do you have a blanket? Like, are you using it as a little blanket?
Well, it's hanging on the back of my chair, so if someone wants to put it across their shoulders, done.
Or use it as a coaster.
That is how long it takes.
Was it knit or crochet?
Crochet.
I think the temperature blankets are neat, but they're not for me.
Yeah.
That's a lot of commitment.
It really is. Like, you are going to get so excited to finish this project and do this, and you'd be like, no, I have to do my temperature blanket. There's a website you can see all of the temperatures, though. It keeps the track of the highs and lows and precipitation and stuff. So
you know what I need to do is a mood blanket.
This is how I'm feeling today.
Yeah, and like pick the color.
Mine would be mostly reds and blacks.
Right? Anger or depression.
This yellow could make us, you know what? I'd change halfway through knitting maybe.
That's actually a really good idea. Like if you were a journaler or whatever, you could do like a stripe per your mood.
And you could do the stitches per mood too. Like drop
stitches. It's currently how I'm feeling.
Knit 10 together.
Big cluster ball in there.
Yeah. Just knots.
Well, we took a good idea and we just destroyed it, but you know, that might be a good idea. You just have to keep track of your current mood.
No, we'd have to actually keep up on it.
It'd be like rage, stabby, hungry, happy, elated.
Yeah.
What other moods?
Could be good.
Sleeping.
So many times Trevor catches me at the project that's on needles. And we're sitting on the couch and we watch our shows together. And so many times I'm pretty sure he hears me snoring and he looks over. Wow. And I'm like this. And he says, you want to watch another one? Or are you pretty tired? Or it's just about bedtime?
Right?
Like, no, I'm knitting.
Right? No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I just need to like
4, 5.
Right?
No.
I know.
Anyways.
I know.
Yeah.
So do you have a future project, like any cast-ons on the horizon, or what are you thinking?
Look how good I've been doing with getting things off the needles.
I know. Are you gonna finish, like just work on finishing, or are you gonna cast something else on?
I'm gonna do my Twisted Sister. This one takes too many brains to bring to hockey games and things. And it's 2 balls to juggle and stuff. I like to juggle 1 ball. And we'll see.
You can't control her balls.
No.
Me neither.
No.
I huck mine across the room.
Yeah, needles and all.
I bought some new lace tips.
So, you're not going to use it for that drops sky, are you? Is it air sky? Sky?
Air guy.
Do you think it will split because they're so pointy?
No, I bought this for something else that I was trying to be successful at and wasn't. They're just the Mindful Collection lace tips, 3mm, 4-inch. I don't know what I bought them for.
Oh.
I bought the 3.25 so I could do something. But it clearly didn't work because I'm not showing it. And then maybe I realized I didn't have a 3.
Maybe.
Because my set went from like 3.5 up. Maybe that's why I bought it.
I think if I had lace tips, my finger would get too sore.
No, they're not actually that bad. I thought so too, but they're not actually super pointy.
It's amazing how many times you can point or poke the same spot on your finger as you're pushing, as you're feeding the yarn.
My 3mm double points made a hole in my finger before.
That's pretty sharp.
And I got my little leather protector.
Oh yeah.
This is the only one they had, so.
You know, it would be nice to put, it goes where you want it to go. 3mm.
I like that you can actually read the size on it.
And it's not going to rub off like the wood ones. It wears off. I don't like that you could tell that it was on there at one point, but you can't see if that's millimeters or US.
My eyes failing me.
No, it wears off.
And then sometimes, I don't know, do you think that the wood needles change their circumference the more you use them?
You knit a lot. I don't think I wear mine out.
I don't know, sometimes I measure it and I'm like, well, it fits in this hole, but it doesn't feel like it's that right.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, this kind of inspired me. I kind of was wanting to just hide at home and...
It feels good to get back on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I'd like to hear where you guys are coming from and what you're knitting on and that kind of thing. I need some inspiration. Summer knits. What's on the needles for summer knits? You know? Maybe a cotton love note?
I'm doing a love note for another baby.
Are you?
I'm going to do an itty bitty one, but I don't know which yarn. I need to buy yarn for it.
Do you want some yarn? I got some yarn.
Do I do mohair for a baby?
I would.
It has to be washable though. No, this mom is very good. She can handle mohair, but it's going to be spitted on. Spitted up on.
So you have a washing machine for it, right?
Can you put mohair in the washing machine?
You're asking the wrong girl.
Can you put mohair in the washing machine?
I think so. I've soaked it and then thrown it in on the spin cycle.
Okay.
And it came out okay.
So if you come over to my house, don't use my salad spinner.
I bought a salad spinner and Mike's like, because he hates soggy lettuce. So it was going on and finally I'm like, fine, buy a salad spinner. And then in my brain I was thinking, now I can spin out my socks.
But then you're going to be like,
in my salad. In my
salad.
Maybe I'll have to buy another one.
Yeah.
So, well, I don't know. Hopefully we're not so long next time between episodes.
No, we'll be better next time because we're inspired. Nikki, just for giggles, send us a message so we know you watched this far.
Well, I know Nikki had a story about her tank top too. I know she had a story about it, and I think what the tank top she was knitting has like a funky middle portion where you kind of, it's like a texture of some sort. And then it goes up to the straps. Well, she did one strap different than she did the other strap. And so she had like, she's like, hey, it's just like garbage. And I'm like, I know, don't rip it up. But she was able to just go back.
Oh, good. And it's just from Stash.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Well, and you know what I think went wrong with my vest, besides sneezing and losing half my knee?
It was the medication for the cold.
When I was going up and I was realizing that at a certain point, because I was almost done the front.
Oh, that's such a lot.
Yeah, like it was a lot of knitting because it was for me originally, right? And when I got to a certain point, I was realizing I was going to have to split, but it's one of those drops patterns where I think they think you know more than you know. I was kind of like, do the math, and I had a sinus headache, and I was just like, oh man. And then that happened, and I was like, forget it. Done.
At least you were doing the front first, because if you had done the back already, and then you had to try to figure out the front,
I probably would have just persevered. I would have restarted if I was that far in.
Right.
But because I was unsuccessful at the first half, I accepted my doom. Anyway,
well,
we shouldn't keep the peeps.
No, think of something summary. Let us know what you guys are planning next. Inspire us a little bit.
Tell us where you're coming from too.
Yeah.
I like to know where people are watching from.
Thanks everybody. Yeah. And we will catch you on the next time.
See you in 2 weeks.
Yeah. We
Bye.
really hope. Bye.